Tired of your dog sleeping in your bed? Make them their own. Seriously, this is more than a bed, it's a conversation piece.
It's a bold look for summer, and you can make them yourself. We're getting creative with a Western twist on wrap jokers.
We took on a big project this week. This stone backsplash is not easy to get in, but it can be a DIY, and we're going to show you how to do it on a budget. Also, a great home hack to fix a door that won't close properly.
Welcome to Fix This. I'm Vita. We have Raquel. We have Becky.
Hello.
And look who's here today.
Izzy!
We affectionately call her Princess Izzy, just on special days like today.
Best talk ever.
I don't normally dress her up like this, but I thought it was fitting because you guys are doing something really special for her, and she's really excited, so she dressed for the occasion.
Yeah, that's right. We are going to make Izzy a dog bed that will make her feel like a princess.
Yay!
It's made out of an old end table, and it'll look like it's a canopy bed like you own, and hopefully your dog will love it enough that they'll let you sleep in your own bed by yourself, and they can have their own place.
One can only hope. You know, we pitched this idea to our producer, Megan, and she literally was like, nah, not buying it. Thought it was ridiculous. We had to drag her over to the computer screen to show her exactly what we were talking about, and now she loves it.
We won her over, and we hope we win you over too. And Izzy's a young girl right here, but if you have an older dog, Becky has a way to make this bed comfortable for them too.
Yep, we're going to show you a little trick on how we can adjust the bedding, I guess, if you will, the cushion in there. That's good for dogs who may have a little bit of arthritis or, you know, trouble sitting down. We all know how that goes.
Well, and I hear it's really hard for dogs to be laying on the floor all the time. So this is a really good, solution for that as well. All right, so we also have another solution. Remember last time we started showing you how to finish off a fireplace or put a stone wall just in any area. You could do bathroom, kitchen, and it's a super easy process. You have to know though how to cut the stone. If you don't, you could help with that, but we're going to finish this off today. I finished it off using a special glue and did my entire fireplace for under $100. The stone, I found it for $2.99 a square foot, and paid $75 for the stone facing. So love how it turned out, and you can do it yourself too.
I'm so excited. We've been learning so much through this whole process, so I'm excited to see it all finished up for you.
The big reveal.
Yeah. I also got together earlier this week with Patty. She travels a ton with some of the other stuff that she does with the station. So when her travels, she's always on the lookout for either fashionable things or possibly something fashionable that's expensive, but she can make on her own. And she found one of these things. It's a piece of jewelry. She's going to show us how she put it together and how you can be just as fashionable as well. Right now though, let's go on over and check out that finish on the fireplace.
Hi everybody, we're continuing our series on how to remodel your fireplace on a budget. Last time we showed you the process, how to start it, how to cut the stone. Now we're going to show you how to finish it off. Our friends from High West Residential Remodeling Specialists join us now to show us more. All right, let's continue.
Okay, so we'll take our second piece, which is right here. We're going to fit this. Now we're going to dry fit this without the glue. Now we want to check for voids. There's a void right here where I can see the drywall coming through the small crack here.
Yes.
So there's a couple ways we can do that. You can paint this whole thing black before you start. It's kind of a waste of paint. We could use black felt paper. I'm personally going to use a roll of black tape.
Okay.
If you will hold
I
that,
will
please.
hold that. You've got electrical tape.
And I just have a piece of a roll of electrical tape here. Just pull a small piece off. Tape it directly behind what you want to cover up. Okay, now on this piece I noticed, as we put it up, there's a void right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn the piece over, and we're going to actually just put a piece of tape right to the back of the tile to cover the void. So we're going to dry fit again. Now we're going to come to the end and mark the end for our end cut. Now what we're going to do is measure for our top filler piece.
Okay.
So now we're going to measure from the top of the stone to the bottom of the mantle. We're going to leave about 1/8 of an inch, so we're not fighting these trying to get these in. Now this product happens to have a pattern in it. It has 3 skinnier pieces to wider pieces. We've installed ours with the 2 wider pieces at the bottom, the 2 skinnier pieces at the top. So as you're building this, you want to make sure that your pattern stays the same. Okay, so this is going to be our finisher piece from the top of the tile to the bottom of the mantle. This is a rip cut. A rip cut is always along the length of the material. A cross cut is at the end of the material. Okay, so we're going to rip this. So then we have our cut. So you'll want to wash this off with some clean water before you install it. Let it dry.
Okay, so while we continue to cut that stone, I'm gonna do this. I'm taking out these little attachments to the fireplace that were gold and a little outdated. I'm gonna take this high heat Rust-Oleum paint, spray paint. I'm gonna sand these down first, then spray them. So now I have an all black fireplace inside the stone. All right, so you have everything cut, ready to lay. We're gonna lay this top row real quick and then let it set for a little bit.
Correct. So we're just going to glue these pieces in.
All right, so we finished the top row. This looks incredible.
Looks awesome.
You're gonna show us how to do the rest ourselves. We're gonna finish the whole process up, and this is amazing.
It is. It's awesome. It looks beautiful. It goes in real super easy, super clean. So we're just going to take a piece. We're going to make sure our pattern matches. We got the big ones on the bottom, so little ones. So we're just going to match this where we want it to cover the old grout line. So we're going to match it there, and then we're going to mark it here in line with this cut. We'll cut this, cut a few more of these.
All the way down.
Get ready to install it.
And voila, we have a brand new fireplace for around $100.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Awesome.
So High West is an elite service contractor with home advisors. If you can't do something like this yourself, you can always reach out to a professional. If you'd like more information on all of this, all you have to do is go to 9news.com/fixthis.
Chances are you treat your pet like a little prince or a princess. Now you can show them just how much you love them. How to make your own designer pet bed.
You don't have to go to a designer store to score this look. Plus, brag to your friends that you made it yourself. The skinny on these cool wrap chokers.
And how some masking tape and a tube of lipstick could help you save some energy costs for a door that just won't close.
Welcome back to Fix This, presented by Home Advisor, the free and easy way to find the best home pros.
Are you looking for help with your Fix This project? Home Advisor's project advisors are taking calls now to help you find the right pro to get your project done.
So I was on Pinterest the other day and I scrolled past a dog bed that was so over the top that I knew Vida would love it for Izzy.
Of course. So what else did we do? But we went shopping. We hit up a couple of thrift stores, fabric stores, because we're making one. And you might be wondering why we're sitting on this lovely table. Because this is going to be the glorious dog bed.
A luxurious dog bed, mind you.
I'm so excited.
We first had to go on a bit of a scavenger hunt to find a table that would work.
I love the legs on this.
We lucked out at a thrift store when we found this end table. With lots of detail and design, it was perfect. The best part, it was $25.
Perfect. We have a winner.
Next, we headed over to a couple craft stores to get the supplies we needed. In the wood aisle, we found topper pieces that would make bedposts and a plaque to display Izzy's name.
For color, we were inspired to try out some paint made specifically to help achieve that distressed look. Before we could even begin, though, we had to sand off some bumps left by a previous and pretty terrible stain job. Then it was time for the good stuff. How do you make a luxurious dog bed out of an old side table? Flip it over. The tabletop becomes the bed frame and the legs become the posts. We decided to paint on primer first, and that saved us a lot of time by reducing the amount of coats needed for the base paint. We chose a dark and a light gray color for our scheme. The light gray would be the main color of the bed, while the dark gray was meant to show through after sanding spots of the entire piece to make it look a little bit older. This takes a little bit of elbow grease and sweat, but was totally worth it. If you want to do the same, we had a special guest on the show not too long ago who showed us how. Just head to 9news.com/fixthis for the complete instructions. Next, it was time to work on the mattress. We picked out some fabric colors that were girly but didn't scream princess dog bed, so it'll blend into Vida's home a little easier. First, measure the length and width of the table or the space you want, and then add 16 inches to each side. Cut an 8x8 square out of each corner of your fabric. Then fold the right sides of your newly cut corners together and sew them. This will make the corners of your new bed sheet. Next, take a 1/4 inch wide strip of elastic and sew it onto the inside of the sheet using the zigzag stitch on your sewing machine. The trick to getting this to bunch is to stretch the elastic as far as you can as you sew it onto the fabric. When you're done, place it over your mattress of choice. We picked a cheap egg crate foam we found at a great price at our local store. If you're not up for making your own bed sheet, just head out to your local pet store and buy a dog bed that'll fit just inside your table.
And we're almost there. We glued the extended wooden post to the bed, but didn't add the tops because we wanted to add the sheer pink canopy. After a few scrunches and tries, we got it to lay just the way we wanted. Plus, it was finally looking like a real bed. For dogs. Glue on the top post, add some shoe squeakers, and this bed was ready for its debut.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, Izzy's sleeping in it right now. We're going to show you in just a little bit what she looks like. She's so cute. But check out these pictures of your sleeping dogs. We asked you to share pictures on Facebook of where and how your dog's sleeping. Boy, we got a lot of responses, hundreds of responses. Look at that.
Little cat added into the mix.
Oh, and you guys did such a good job on this. So thank you so much. Izzy is so happy. We just couldn't be happier.
I'm glad that she's snoozing away on the bed too.
She's sleeping. I know. I love that she loves it.
We'll have the reveal at the end of the show.
These pups are so cute, Haley.
Oh.
Thank you so much for sharing all your photos.
All right, are you coming up? We are making this. How fun is that? That is going to be something with Patty Dennis. It's those wrap chokers, and we are super excited to show you how to get it done.
That can fix this problem.
You know, I think it's something we've all done. Been out shopping, seen something we really like, but we're like, oh, way too expensive. Patty, you were recently up in New York City. You were doing just that.
Shopping.
Yep, and you found something that you really liked.
I did. I found a lot of things I really liked, but in this case, I found something that I really liked that I took a picture of and said, I can fix this. So I got back here and we're ready to go. This is a really cool leather lariat. I don't know if you can see it, but this would look great with a pair of jeans. You can make it in gold or silver. You can make it as big as you want to make it or as small. You can add other necklaces with it, which I think looks really cool. So really, it's pretty easy. You know how I love to collect old jewelry, so I always keep some old chains and charms around just in case you need those for a project. And then you need, you know, just your wire bender. You can bend wire with these, and then needle nose pliers. That's what I was looking for, and some little rings that you get at your craft store just so you can hook everything together. And you can use a sewing machine for this project, which I really like because it's so fast, but don't be afraid to do this one by hand either. It's pretty easy. There's a little sewing kit if that's all you can get, and that's all you need. So this is how we do it. I bought a piece of what I would call pleather at the fabric store. It wasn't leather, and I think it actually worked quite well, but you can use real leather. And I'm gonna roll it out. I only bought about 1/3 of a yard. And then all you do is cut very carefully about a 1/8 of an inch strip out of this. So you're just gonna cut, doesn't have to be perfect. It's kind of that rough leather look. So I'm gonna cut across the width of this piece of fabric, and I got it at in the upholstery department. So that means the fabric's gonna be a little wider and it's gonna give you plenty to work with.
I've shopped for leather in the upholstery department, and it is extremely expensive as well, so this is really a great option to go with.
Yeah, this was like $30 a yard, and I needed 1/3. So talk about like $10 for the whole thing. Okay, so we cut that. Let's pretend that one's done.
Okay.
And then you take this one, so this one's already been cut, and just make sure you're exactly in half.
Okay.
And cut it. And now you're ready to start sewing. So I took a piece of chain. This is just a chain actually from a belt. And I hooked these little rings around it on the end so that I can sew the leather onto the rings. Now you just fold the leather through the ring a little longer than you might want it because you can cut it off after you've sewed it. Just fold it over. And we're gonna go to the sewing machine, and this is a pretty easy thing. I'm gonna lay it under, and I'm just slowly going to sew across there. And then I'm gonna back up because I wanna double the stitch. Might even go a third time forward just to be safe. And cut it. And there you have it. And I'm going to trim it up because it's got little pieces of string and thread there. And I'm gonna trim up the leather right there. Okay. And then when I sew the other one, you can see, you just do both sides so that you have basically this little charmed lariat. And I made another one here out of silver. I'll let you put that one on, Becky.
Awesome.
And I've got the gold one on. And you could do pearls, you could do burnished gold, you could do just about anything. So find some old chains, get out your sewing kit or your sewing machine, a piece of pleather, and there you have something that's from New York, but homemade by you.
I love it.
Yeah.
And all of these instructions are going to be on our website.
Always.
Head on over to 9news.com/fixthis.
All right, and we wanted to share with you this viewer transformation. Anita Hines brought us a little bit of the outdoors into a room for her kids by painting this mountain mural across the walls. And to get the full effect of the outdoors, she even painted glow-in-the-dark stars on the ceilings. And she says that the floors that they made, they installed themselves too. It was made with beetle kill blue pine. And her husband also made the benches and the bookshelves that you see in the photos right here. I think it's beautiful.
Gorgeous. Yeah,
Yes.
we met Anita out at an event, and she showed us this. It's absolutely great.
Completely Pinterest worthy.
Yes.
Totally. Remember, there are plenty of ways for you to share your ideas with us. Show us your home projects or crafts. Got a picture even better? Email us at fixthis@9news.com or tweet a picture to @fixthисco or just share it on our Facebook page.
A home hack on how to get that door to latch. And
see how one of our viewers brought the beauty of the outdoors inside her home.
Welcome back to Fix This, presented by Home Advisor, the free and easy way to find the best home pros.
Are you looking for help with your Fix This project? Home Advisor's project advisors are taking calls now to help you find the right pro to get your project done. Cover the strike plate with masking tape. Apply lipstick to the edge of the latch and carefully close the door so the lipstick leaves a mark on the tape. If the latch misses a strike plate hole by more than 1/8 of an inch, you'll need to remortise the strike plate.
all right, welcome back. We want to talk about this amazing princess dog bed you guys made. Thank you so much. I know it was so much work, and you had a busy week. And Izzy over here, she's
just
She walked in there on her own.
On her own. We didn't even, I mean, we put her in there earlier, but this time she walked in on her own.
Yeah.
She's like, Mom, I'm trying to
And then she
I
went.
just want to nap. She is.
I don't want to look at the camera.
This is her bed now.
So here's what's cool about this. We talked about how we possibly could help out dogs with arthritis. So we showed you how to make this bed sheet on here. Within this, I bought a mattress topper, basically, that's egg crate at a store. I think I got it for $12 total.
It wasn't too expensive
and then
at
I
all.
cut it out and put it in here. So that egg crate can help, you know, with dogs with arthritis, so they can gently get in, and clearly it's comfortable. I mean,
Well, and you think about it, dogs are always sleeping on hard floors. Imagine if you were constantly, it's so bad for your joints. And so she literally earlier, she just decided she had enough, and she walked in the bed, and this is what she's been doing for like the last
whole
half
time,
hour.
the entire show.
The entire
Oh,
show.
yeah.
Izzy, we are so happy that you love it.
And
She
her little
loves
plaque says
it.
sleep right there, but on the other side we also had it say Izzy to customize it for her, so she knows it's her bed.
And look at her, she's just going to sleep. Yeah, how you doing there, girlfriend? Yeah, she's doing good. Can you say thank you?
All right, thanks everyone.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Bye. Yeah, and you guys are saying this is silly, Izzy's dressing up like this, but this is how she dresses up every day. I'm just kidding.
A little outfit. This is
I'm sorry,
my day.